Good morning. I wanted to tell a story time to illustrate that what God has for you is for you. So, back in 2010, I worked at the university in the cafeteria area. And one day, this guy came into the cafeteria and he told me that I was gorgeous. And we hit it off and we were friends, instant friends. And we would hang out with each other and we would just have a good time with one another. I was dating a guy. Actually, me and the guy had just broken up. And I found out that I was with child. I was pregnant. And so I told this guy that I was friends with. And he was like, that's exciting. And so he started walking with me. The more I showed, the more we would walk together. We would walk around the campus trying to get my exercise in for the baby. We were friends. We were fast friends. We were instant friends. And we stayed friends until one day I went to his house after I had had my child. I went to his house to hang out. We hung out. We sat on his balcony and we talked about life. We talked about our future. We talked about our past. We just connected with one another on a deep level. The next day, he deleted me from his all of his social media accounts, and he disappeared. And I didn't hear from him again for like maybe 4 years, maybe 3 or 4 years. I heard from him. He messaged me and asked me how I was doing and told me to call him. I didn't. Instead, I was getting ready to get married the next day. And I didn't tell him or anything. And I ended up getting married. It was a horrible marriage. We ended up getting divorced. And years later, I was actually like 11 years later, I was at school for cosmetology and I got a message and I looked at it and it was him. We messaged back and forth. He came to visit me and everything, and within 3 months we were married, and we've been married ever since. I tell this story because although we had a million miles between us, and yes, I am exaggerating, he was in one state, I was one state over from him, but it seemed like a million miles. And although we were years and years apart, when we got back together, nothing could stop us from being together. Although our timing wasn't right when we first met and when we first knew each other, our timing was right when we got back to knowing each other. And that goes to show that God may have something for you and you may want it right when you want it, but it's not about our timing, it's about God's timing. Had he and I gotten together back then, I don't think that we would still be together today. But in waiting on God and waiting on God's timing and waiting on God to work through me and work through the problems that I had, I think that helped more for us to stay together longer, because had we been together when I was young and popped off at the mouth a lot, we would not have stayed together and went through the things that we went through in our marriage now, because we've been through some things in our marriage, and it's things that I know for a fact, had we gotten together back then and went through those things, we wouldn't be together today. So it's not about your timing. Even though you might want something right now, God may be telling you to wait, and it's about God's timing. Trust God. He has a plan and a purpose for your life, plans to give you hope and a future. So trust Him at all times. I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, I love you, but God loves you so much more. Have a great day. Bye.